knows because the far right comes from a previous time, like, you know, during World War II when we were...
No, actually, in the modern political arena, right, Labour started referring to anybody who didn't agree with them as the far right. It was a tactical...
I would argue that Labour today are more like 1980s Tories, and the actual right in this country are a bit more far right than we want to admit.
Yeah. Okay, let me get my head around it.
I pause at the moment. I'm sorry.
Extreme far right.
This is Nigel Farage is extreme far right.
Far right. How do you define Tommy Robinson?
I would say Nigel Farage is like Himmler, and I would say Tommy Robinson is like Hitler.
Yeah, okay, that's all getting a little bit sort of florid.
Do I know what? I can see just a similarity here happening between here and America. And look at happening in America. It's coming here. It's going to change.
And that almost went unnoticed today because there's so much stuff going on.
Living it.
You're living it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Does it connect you closer to people? Because the one thing we thought 20 years ago, everyone's going to say, politics is rubbish. It's all ticking over nicely. Let's forget about it. My goodness, people are engaged now.
Yeah, they are engaged, and which is brilliant.
And that's because the mainstream media can't pump the shit out no more.
I say this time and time again. Social media is absolutely...
But isn't a lot of it down to the lack of...
I was going to say it's poison.
On both sides. No, it is if you've got a strong
it's social media, definitely. People would think nothing of...
Why you're like Yasmin out of Baby Brown. You're pointing on words. Body language counts. And as you push your hands out, you're just dismissing it. Look at her point at Mike. Again, Mike, open-handed.
For not changing his mind.
Straight out.
Facing challenges because he won't change his mind on the winter fuel thing.
Well, he's facing challenges. Not because he won't change his mind.
Why is it?
That's strong leadership, isn't it? Shelley Newcastle, hi.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Lively one today.
I'd just like to say that the first one wasn't all for the gangs. It was actually it was only concentrated on 6 towns, and it was apparently a very short
out of 50.
In the inquiry. It was mostly about the churches, Jimmy Savile. So we do need one.
You're talking about Professor J here.
Apparently there's over 50 towns in the UK that this has happened to. The police turned a blind eye, so give them police more powers when you see what the police have behaved like now. And can I just
50 cheese constables should be sacked or jailed till they ever retired.
Who got let off, didn't even get a prison sentence for the abuse he watched online. We are letting children down every which way.
I mean, he was convicted, but he was not jailed. You're right, and also the person who supplied him with those illegal images.
I know you're talking about doing it for AA fake photos. You get jail time. But whoever gets away with it for having real ones.
Exactly. Shelley, thank you for that. It's very concerning, the whole thing. Claire in Cambridgeshire, hi.
Hi.
So we're back on this issue of whether we've had enough inquiries. As Shelley pointed out, the Professor J inquiry
that's not what we're on.
Deep into
new inquiry into gunman gangs, not if we've had enough inquiries.
What do you think?
I still think it's not a good enough reason to not do another inquiry. I mean, what you have to remember is a lot of these young girls...
The public is calling for it and calling for it loud and clear.
Backgrounds. And obviously they're living amongst these gangs.
I can see this government getting overthrown.
It might be quite a scary thing for them.
Well, what I heard, I read a story this morning that one had been raped by several men, and that one of the men had then married her. This is a Pakistani man marries her and she's sick. Yeah, she's only 16 at the wedding, but the witness for the wedding is her social worker. So, but I don't,
What?
don't you think that would not happen now? Surely that wouldn't happen now. Please tell me it wouldn't happen now.
Wouldn't it be?
Well,
Every individual case needs looked
I'd
into.
just like to say something in regards to one of your first callers, that just because these young under 16-year-olds, these Western girls, they
And
sort of
sick.
go around the streets in the evening with not much to do, that does not mean or give any man the right to take them and rape them and groom them and make them their girlfriends or whatever. No religion, no God would permit this. This does not
I
give
hope
them the right
nobody
to
said
do
the
that.
opposite of that, though, did they? There wasn't a caller who said that. I mean, that'd be crazy. I mean, it's true. Just, I mean, this is the way Savile operated. He worked out that in care homes there were girls who
Exactly as I
had
explained last night.
parents who loved them, and he sort of picked them off.
And it was almost like they were getting affection for the first time in their life of a very dubious nature.
I know.
I don't know why they keep calling them grooming gangs. I think it's mass rape. It's mass child rape.
But the answer is this: that you have to make you know what grooming is,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Preparing for that path towards sexual assault.
There's very laws against it,
I think
but the
one of
rape
advances in the last 20 years is
of
that we've
children.
seen the grooming as a crime.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, you could only prosecute for the rape.
Yeah.
So actually, talking about grooming,
It's trafficking as well.
well, and trafficking and all that.
It is.
But I'm still
No,
convinced
you will
that
have to always feel something for them.
Okay, well, maybe this is one where instead of saying an inquiry, so we're putting.
Once this caller, it just absolutely blows her out of the water.
Thank you, Claire. Thanks for all your calls on this. Later, we'll be asking if Labour's winter fuel cuts are worse
I guess
than
not.
party gates.